Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Hi everyone, my name is V and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm a makeup artist based in Toronto, Ontario. If you knew me back in high school, you would know that this is not the first YouTube channel I've created.
I am a YouTuber.
The first video I ever uploaded was a makeup tutorial called a Messy Queen makeup tutorial. And it is
cute.
It is messy, but I thought in the spirit of growth, let's recreate it. I'm just going to be watching along as I do my makeup to show you guys the growth because there's a lot of it. So if you want to see how I got to this, keep on watching. I just want to say off the bat, I've done my skincare off camera. I know for a fact that I did not use any skincare in high school. The eyebrows are
So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna beat this face to the gods. Yes, honey, slay.
okay.
We're gonna take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade.
The dip brow, of course, the dip brow. As you can tell, I used to take off a lot of my brows. Showing up with like a full Instagram faded brow to like grade 10 math class is insane. We had to do what we had to do. I always wanted to start with my brows because I was just not happy with how they naturally were. I'm not going to start with my brows. I never start with my brows. So let's see what our next step is.
So next we're going to be putting on primer, and it's the Born to Glow primer by NYX.
Oh, I'm surprised I actually did put primer on. That's surprising. Now in the video, I did use a NYX primer and still love NYX. Today, I'll be going in with the YSL Blurring and Illuminating Primer. This primer is so beautiful. Just go right in with my fingers. Make sure your fingers are always clean before you start your makeup. That means you can use them as a tool. And your fingers are a fantastic tool.
Foundation. We're gonna
Foundation.
Fenty Beauty by Rihanna foundation.
I'm gonna do two things differently. Firstly, I'm going to use a mixture. It's the e.l.f. Halo Glow. This is a fantastic dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury. I love this stuff. This is actually like my 4th bottle of it. The Luminous Silk Perfect Glow Flawless Foundation. This is by Giorgio Armani. This is such a wonderful foundation, and mixed with the Halo Glow, it just gives. And I'm just going to take a little spatula here, the Trixie Cosmetics one, and I'm going to mix the foundation together. Spread that right onto my face. And the second thing I'm going to do differently is use a brush. So this is a foundation brush, Moda Studio, I believe. Yeah, Moda brush. I never used to use a brush, but it has changed my life. Start by tapping that right into my skin. I still do like to use a sponge just to go over my foundation afterwards, but the brush just gives it so much more coverage, going over my eyelids as well. Now I'm gonna go in with my sponge. Let's move on.
We're gonna move on to concealer, which is basic, and I'll just show you a little montage of me doing it.
Concealer, way too much concealer. I don't know who in 2016 wanted to gaslight all of us into thinking that this much concealer was necessary under both of your eyes all of the time. I'm going to show you what I do for concealer. I'm going to be using the Hourglass Vanish Concealer. Still putting it in those T-zone places, just using a lot less than I did. Literally that much. Instead of swiping, we're just doing little dots. Something else I like to do with my concealer is let it dry down a little bit. So while that's setting, I'm going to do my contour. This is a contour shade. This is a bronzer shade. I'm going to show you the difference now. I like to use a little dense brush for my contour. See where I'm putting it? Just right under my cheekbone. And take a smaller brush for the nose. And I just tap all the way down. Blending out the concealer on my nose and up into the middle of the brow. I'm also going to blend the chin, and I'm going to add a little more to the forehead just because I do like a brighter center. I'm now using a fluffy concealer brush to blend out my under eyes. I used to use a sponge to do this, a dry sponge, mind you, but I find a brush gives so much more coverage and blend. Now I want to go in with that bronzer from before. This is the Rare Beauty bronzer in Happy Soul. I'm going to dust it on an angled fluffy brush and put that right on top. I never used to use creams before powders. I always thought it was pointless and I was just nervous of using creams. I'm not sure why. If you are someone that finds blending difficult, try switching to creams. They are so much easier to work with. For blush, I'm going to be using the Tower 28. I am obsessed with this brand. I have so many of these in my professional kit. I use these in my personal kit. I'm scraping some of that blush off onto the back of my hand and just blend. Now I know some people like to do concealer after their blush. I know some people like to do it first, but I am a blush connoisseur, blush fiend, more like it. Now we're going to set my face. I'm gonna take one of these powder puffs. You know what these are. Everyone and their mom has one of these at this point. This is just the RCMA translucent powder. I've had this forever. Tap off the excess on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to tap that directly under my eyeball. I also like to do my chin. I do under my nose because my upper lip sweats a lot. And I also do a little bit on my forehead as well. Okay, so next is when I would usually do my brows, so I'm gonna do that now. Today we're gonna be using a Sephora brow pencil. I suggest getting a brow pencil that's either the same color or even slightly lighter than your natural brows. It just makes them look so much softer and natural. Sometimes if the look calls for it, I'll do a little more dramatic. I'll do a darker brow. I love a darker brow. And I'm just cleaning up the tail ends. Okay, let's continue on with this video.
Now comes one of my most favorite parts, and that's contouring. Chocolate palette by Too Faced.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over top of my face with powders since I haven't done that yet. For bronzer, I'm gonna be using this. This is old, don't judge, it's also discontinued. Alas, it is the Tarte Tartist Pro Glow To Go palette, and I'm going to be using this one right here. I actually have that same brush that I used in the video. She is a little broken. For blush, I'm going to be using one of my favorite blushes in the world. It is the Dior Backstage Rosy Glow in the shade 01. Right there. Ooh.
Oh my goodness!
Okay, so now that that's on the eyes, just for something
you know what? My eyeshadow was not that bad. Eyeshadow was my favorite thing to do, so it does make sense that I would be the best at it. We're not going to do anything super warm. I know that I used to have orange hair, and that's the reason I did the orange look, but not today, sis, not today. I'm just going to start by priming my eyes with the Milk Hydro Grip Eye Primer. The Milk makeup primers are amazing. I love their eye primer, especially for someone like me. Like, my eyelids be sweating. For eyeshadow, I'm gonna be using this palette by NYX. This has literally everything I could want and more. I got this at an event I went to last year and it's phenomenal. It's the Ultimate Utopia palette. I'm gonna be mixing these two and I'm gonna use these two to blend it out. Voiceover V is back, and this is me just blending out my eyeshadow. Now, one of my biggest eyeshadow tips is to layer your eyeshadow. As you can see, I keep adding colors on top of what I blend out just to create depth and shadows. As you can see, I'm adding an even darker brown here. And this will ensure that your eyes have depth and shape to them, even though they're softly blended. For a pop of shimmer, I'm going to go in the inner corners with the Dior Backstage Glow palette. Can you guess which one's my favorite shade? By inner corner, I actually meant eyelid. So as you can see here, I'm just putting it all across my lid. For the inner corner, because I don't want to stab myself in the eye today, I'm going to use a brush. I'm also going to put some under my brow bone. Oh, I just love the pop. I'm gonna go underneath my eyes very gently with this densely packed brush. I like to go in with my blush that I use. So both under and on top of the eyes. I feel like it gives everything a very cohesive look. was terrified of eyeliner. I will admit it, I'll be honest. I feel like most people are. I'm gonna be going in with the MAC Eye Kohl. This is in the shade Teddy. Bronzy kind of shade like this. I also like to go over my lash line just a little bit on this side because my eyes are slightly uneven. So this just kind of helps balance the shapes a little bit. Look how much of a difference that made. Like, for mascara, I'm gonna be using this mini. This stuff is really good. I love this mascara. When it comes to lashes, curl those lashes, bitch. Curl those lashes. So I always just start at the base. I do love to put on a good lash. If you're blessed with lashes, you should show them off. Now for lippies, if I could convince you to buy one product, it is these Makeup Forever lip liners. If you see me using this dull liner, don't look at it. My sharpener is not in arm's reach. I'm just rubbing that in with my finger to soften. This stuff is so friggin' good. Acai later. So pretty. Let's do some very quick finishing touches. I'm going to go in with my Dior palette and highlight my cheeks. Tie up on my cheekbones right here. Squeeze the brush so it's like this. And I'm gonna go between my eyeshadow and my eyebrow. I'm gonna use a fluffy brush, Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder, all over my eye.
And now spritz your face with a little setting spray.
I'm gonna spray my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. This stuff is tried and true. I've been using it for ages and it's never let me down. Cheers! I just love the feeling of setting spray. Well, there you guys go. This is my Messy Queen makeup tutorial all completed. 2025 edition, 7 years and a makeup artist diploma later. If you want to see more videos like this, makeup tutorials, teach you a little bit about makeup, then please hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be doing some shorts as well. I have a couple planned for this week, so keep an eye out for those. I hope you guys have a good rest of your days. I will see you guys next time. Just kidding.